Navy boot camp just got a tad bit worse for you guys about to go. Really, it doesn't matter to me because I went 12 years ago. I'm already done, but I figure I can pass the information down to you guys. What is up, guys? You're tuning into NickyMGTV for another video. As always, you can hit me up on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, or down in the comments below if you have questions. But as always, make sure you guys subscribe, and let's get right into the video. And pretty much what this is are two big updates. One you may have already heard of, and the other is pretty fresh off the news press. The first one is you're now going to do restriction of movement now at a Army Reserve base in Wisconsin over at Fort McCoy. Now, what does that mean for you guys? You're not staying at that fancy lodge anymore. But Nicky, we liked our TVs. I understand you guys like the TVs, but guess what? It's government funding, government money. You guys thought you guys were going to stay in a private lodge that had a water park you couldn't use for the whole time we'd be on restriction of movement? Wrong. Man, you guys really got suckered that you guys had a good deal, huh? Well, the people that made it through already have had a good deal for that. I mean, better than probably what you guys will be in barracks over there. But still, there's a couple things that they've added to reaffirm things that have been told a million times that people so asked me and literally have been published everywhere. And that is that the things you can bring are still a book or books reading material, or also a gaming device which does not connect to Wi-Fi and does not have a camera. My suggestion, you little, well, I wasn't saying millennials, but generation, whatever letter we're at right now, is you guys need to go back on eBay, learn what a Game Boy Color, what a Game Boy Pocket, what a Game Boy in general is, and then go buy one, because there were actually a lot of great games. So if you guys are into gaming, I would actually suggest that. Also, just make sure you guys bring an AC adapter or a bunch of batteries. Promise you guys you're going to need those. But that doesn't change the fact that you guys are still going to be in boot camp. Like I said before, you guys are even lucky that you guys had a TV that was connected to Netflix. And I'm sure that hotel is probably pretty pissed off because they were anticipating for the rest of the year to stay there. But you got to imagine that's costly for how much it costs to room a recruit at that area and how expensive that was. You got to imagine that was a pretty large lodge that was losing a lot of money on tourism that probably secured a little bit of safety net by the military coming there, and now they're not going to be there. So I feel sorry for them on that. But still, we're looking now that you guys are going to be at a barracks room. You're not going to have the TV connected to Netflix, right? So be ready for that. Before the boomers come on here and they're like, back in my day, I didn't have Netflix. I had no bit of Wi-Fi. I didn't even know what Wi-Fi was. I get it, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I didn't go to boot camp with Wi-Fi either, but it's okay. We're trying to make things work here. So I wanted to show you guys the distance difference between where people are going to be at versus where they're currently at with the Great Wolf Lodge. So right now, Navy boot camp is down here. It is 16 minutes, 9.9 miles to the Great Wolf Lodge. Now let's compare this to where the new site is going to be at. Now, if you look at this, this is going to be 3 hours and 27 minutes away, all the way in Wisconsin up in here at Fort McCoy, 229 miles away. That is a almost 3.5 hour drive. So you should anticipate, I'm not sure how they're going to get you to Fort McCoy if you're still flying into Chicago, or if that means you would fly into a different airport. They have not disclosed it on their official notice, but there will be some extensive traveling if you are going to stay at Fort McCoy and then go back down to Navy boot camp down here. If there is somebody that does work at Great Lakes here at Navy boot camp that can kind of talk about that or maybe give some clarification, it would be appreciated, but I could definitely give that in the next update. But you can still study, do your little PT in your little room area. If you are actually a person that is wanting to be ahead of the curve, guess what? There's actually a free program called NOFS, N-O-F-F-S, NOFS, that is actually used for you being able to do workouts in a room, on a ship, wherever you're at. So that way you can still be physically ready and do everything you need to do. I already know you guys were freaking out over there like, what do I do if I don't pass my fitness test because I haven't ran in 2 weeks? Nicky, what do I do if I forgot the general orders 2 weeks ago? Nicky, what if I forgot something back with my mom because she controlled my entire life for 18 years? It's okay. Relax. It's not the end of the world. It's okay. You got 2 weeks to relax, 2 weeks to get adjusted. You're going to make some friends. You're going to learn a lot. You're probably going to have a different experience from boot camp than most people. So don't worry. You're fine. We're now how many months into this COVID thing? I think we have it pretty ironed out at this point. But there's actually more news to this, and that is that they have now changed where ROM is going to take place as well for another 1,400 recruits. Now, that's going to be at the drill hall area, which is where all the graduation ceremonies occur at, which you've probably seen before, where people are marching in and the graduation occurs. That's a lot of square footage that they're going to use, and they have partitions to set up throughout the drill hall. It looks like there's 2 of them per the article that they've posted, and it seems like they've also contracted out showers and trailers for those showers to take place. And it looks like this is still temporary. This is not like a permanent thing. Yes, I know you guys want graduation to occur, but as spoken with Master Chief, back in May, it looks like now, even months later, we're still in an unforeseeable future of when graduations are going to occur. That's because COVID is still a thing right now. So it looks like they're not planning on this being the permanent thing, but it still is a better way to use our tax dollars than paying it to some lodge. Now, also getting into the fact, I still have hate comments from people saying, "Oh, Nicky, you've ruined boot camp because you put out that video of people using their cell phones to order McDonald's." You guys weren't supposed to be ordering McDonald's anyway. Go figure. And the other thing I want to add to this, because all these changes with COVID, do you really think that the military, the government, was going to let you sit in your little lodge room with Netflix, a nice McDonald's meal, breaking quarantine, and on top of that, talking to your little Jody back home in your podunk town, crying to her about how bad it is, that you're really going to get paid for 2 weeks to go do that? I'm telling you, whether my video was one of the things to break it or someone else, I'm telling you, it's the military. Every good thing that is ever to be a cool thing or a benefit gets ruined by that one person. So be ready for that. And I did forget one thing. At this news site, you are going to get to be able to call your family at McCoy Air Force, that'd be too nice, right? McCoy Army Base, where you'll be able to call your family one time. And I want to add on to this is you're not going to get a phone call anytime after that until once you're actually at boot camp. You're not getting one when you get to boot camp. The assumption is that you have gone through training and it's still continuing. The only time you get to call your family earlier is if there's a change in your status of training, meaning you're not graduating on time, meaning you're hurt, meaning there's something where you're being put to a different division. So don't anticipate that. I've also been asked about mail. Do I think you're going to be able to mail to the lodge or Fort McCoy? No, I don't think you're going to be able to, because guess what? By the time you get there and you find out what your address is and you send something off and then it gets to California or wherever, and then they get it, then they send you something back, you may get like 1 to 2 correspondence at that. So don't plan on mailing. Don't plan on any of that until you're actually at boot camp. And even then, the USPS has been very slow because they're burdened, and they're actually anticipating even slower mail once November hits. And then you can also include that time period during the holidays where that's going to ramp up as well. So be ready for that. Just some thoughts that you're looking at. But anyways, if you guys do have questions about this or anything else, I'm going to keep you guys up to date on the boot camp information as it comes out, and I will let you know when it does. So if you guys do have questions about this or anything else, you can always hit me up on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, or down in the comments below if you have questions, which it's inherent. A lot of you guys end up having a lot of questions. I'm just going to put that out there, but it's okay. I know it's a very nerve-wracking time, and I don't want you guys to be scared, and I do have good contacts over at Recruit Training Command where I can reach out to them if there's something they really have not covered, and we can kind of discuss it on here. But, definitely want to make your guys' transition as easy as possible. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.